Communism is a sadistic system, and people who refuse to oppose communism often display a masochistic tendency. Why? Because communism has always been built on taking away freedom. Freedom of speech, freedom of thought, freedom of economics, freedom of politics. Virtually every fundamental liberty is restricted. If systematically stripping people of their freedoms isn't abuse, then what is? What's even more disturbing is that, under communist rule, those in power rarely stop at having power. They push it to the limit, controlling more and more of society and more of people's lives, as if they were determined to use every ounce of power before their future generations lose the chance to inherit it. My view is remarkably consistent with those of Donald Trump and Margaret Thatcher. On July 3, 2026, in his Mount Rushmore speech, Donald Trump said, "Communism is the enemy of freedom because its essence is death, tyranny, and evil. It represents not only the worst ideology, but it is always used by the worst people." Margaret Thatcher expressed the same thought decades earlier. Throughout the 1970s, 1980s, and 1990s, she argued that there are fundamentally two ways to govern a country. The first is simple. The state comes first. All power belongs to the state, and the individual exists to obey. The second is the exact opposite. The people comes first. Rights belong to the people. The government exists to serve the people, to safeguard people's freedom. If you have the chance to choose, which political system would you prefer?
There are basically two ways of running any country, any political system. The one is socialist communism, all power to the state. The state does the planning and the people have to conform to the plan. The people are the pawns of the state. They have no human rights other than those granted to them by the state. And it was totally and utterly wrong. It denied the human spirit. The system which I believe in finds its most eloquent expression in the American Declaration of Independence. That the state is there to serve the liberties of the people, their own spirit, to develop their own talents and abilities, and so that the strong does not intimidate the weak. Freedom is made to work by a rule of law. So it is freedom of the individual, a rule of law, and the government is there to serve these qualities. So it's your duty to use your talents and abilities. It's your duty to accept responsibilities because you accept freedom. The one, the state is all, the people conform. The other, the state is there to serve the liberties, the dynamism, the enterprise, the talent, the ability of the people with a rule of law. So it's freedom and justice.